Hi everybody, I hope everybody had a wonderful sleep and you guys are having a great weekend. I wanted to talk about self-worth today and what it means to you and how important it is to have self-worth and how unconditional love in essence works. Okay, so knowing your worth, knowing what it is your worth is when people come in, I had posted a video a couple of days ago talking about other people's opinions and taking constructive criticism with a grain of salt and only taking what resonates with you and leaving the rest. So that kind of lines up with this topic of self-worth and unconditional love. And just, guys, unconditional love is nothing like mainstream love, okay? What society portrays love to be is an illusion. It's an illusion. It's all based on material needs and ego and comparison to other people. You know, if you've got the big fake boobs, you know, then you're in the in crowd, right? People are acknowledging you. You know, if you've got the big fancy house and the expensive cars, people are acknowledging you, you know, like things like that, right? You know, people find love, you know, they're like, oh, well, I love this person oh so much. Do you really love them or do you just love what they're giving to you? That goes with the intentions video, actually, on top of this. So, I mean, this is kind of a pretty broad topic, self-love and what your worth is and all of that stuff. It all kind of plays a role because everything is all connected. If you've noticed, like, even when it comes to, like, mirroring, when people enter and exit your life and stuff like that, you see the patterns play out and they mirror, they reflect back to you all of the traits that are uncomfortable for you to face for yourself. Because the people that enter and exit your life, they play a significant role on your own journey. Because it's like God sent in these people to kind of show you, hey, smarten up. This is what you're doing, and you need to pay attention to this and fix it. But we get so blinded because of ego, right? Ego gets in the way of everything, right? So then when it comes to our self-worth, we kind of put it on the back burner because we think, oh, well, what about this person's emotions? You know, I don't want to hurt this person and blah, blah, blah. And then we place ourselves in that back burner, like I was just saying, and we lose ourselves. We lose ourselves because we're so focused on helping these other people that we forget that we're a person too. And this is our journey, our own individual journey. And we're putting our own individual journey on the back burner so that we can open up our emotions and take care of other people around us and making the people around us happy. Are you happy doing that? Because I know in the past with my life and my journey, I've done that and I wasn't happy. It made me miserable. It made me so miserable that I didn't even know who I was anymore. I completely lost myself. I lost myself in this illusion of love. I lost myself in this illusion of, you know, self-care. But there was no self-care involved in any of that, you know, because I was too busy focusing on somebody else's emotions, focusing on somebody else's situation, focusing on somebody else's pains. Now, that doesn't go without saying. I mean, I'm doing these videos so that I can help people out of their painful situations or their complex situations and stuff. But this helps me in the process because as I'm talking to you, I'm learning. And that's why I like to do these videos. I like to do these videos because when I'm expressing how I'm feeling and I'm expressing it to you, at the same time, I'm also coming to a deeper understanding for what it means for me on my journey. I take what resonates for me through the information that I provide to you and I apply it to my life. I'm not saying that what I express to you is something that you need, in essence, to apply to your life. However, if I can give you the tools to see the bigger picture, then maybe you'll be able to take those tools and manipulate it into your situation and apply it in a healthy, constructive way so that you can move forward and get yourself out of this stuck space that your mind is in. Because let's face it, we are our own worst critics. And when we get inside of our heads, it can be so hard to get out of our heads. And that's where self-worth comes in. That's where self-love comes in. That's where unconditional love comes in. Being able to balance the logic of the mind and the heart. Having an understanding and being compassionate to the situation, but being logical and rational about it. Thinking things through, having a clear vision as to why you're making the decisions you're making and as to why things are playing out the way that they have to play out in that time. Sometimes we get slammed with things that can throw us off completely. And if we're stuck in our head during these times, it's just going to make it worse. You're not going to get out of that place and you're going to lose yourself even more. I'm saying this through experience. I literally ripped myself down to the point where I was bare. I watched all of the pieces fall that were a part of who I was. And I looked down at the ground, metaphorically speaking, and I seen myself completely fallen apart. I looked in the mirror and I didn't even know who the hell I was looking at. I looked in the mirror and I said, who the hell are you? What have you done with Crystal? Like, where did she go? Where did this happy, crazy, charismatic, sarcastic, great, fun-filled, joyful person go? Where did she go? Oh, I know where she went. She put all of her energy and efforts into the people around her. And she focused on everybody else's chaos. And she completely lost herself in the process. Because she started to compare herself to these people. Yeah, I'm talking about me. I'm not afraid to admit it. We all make mistakes. We all mess up. We're only human. I've said it so many times. We're fragile, okay? And we don't come with instruction manuals when we're born, okay? We don't have this book that we can go back to and be like, okay, so this just happened in my life. What can I do to fix it? You know, I can't just be like, oh, let me just pull out this manual from my back pocket here and take a look at my life and go, oh, okay, now I understand. This is where it's headed. So I need to do this instead of that. No, it doesn't work that way. It's not easy. Nothing is easy. This is a lesson. We have lessons, trials, and tribulations, and all of that stuff. And then with all of that, paying attention to it and actually paying attention to the patterns, the sequences of the people that come in and out of your life and the way, the energy that you put into these situations with these people, the energy that you take away from these people when you realize what kind of energy you're putting in and what kind of energy they're putting into your life. Boundaries. We need boundaries. A couple of weeks ago, I came across a video on Facebook, and a woman was talking about empowerment. She was talking about her garden. And I have never had something hit so close to home when I heard her speak about this garden. So think of your life as a garden. Everything that has led up to this point in this very moment, you watching this video right now, is in this garden. All of your tests, trials, tribulations, lessons, everything is all in this garden. And that you've planted seeds, you've watched things grow, you've had to pluck the weeds out of your garden. But we're so easy to keep the gate open, to let people in that garden, to stomp on the soil that we enriched and made so beautiful so that our journey, our flowers, our plants, our trees could grow and nurture and be healthy and alive and vibrant from the sun, from you watering it and watching everything grow. Do you want somebody to come into your garden and pluck your flowers? Do you want somebody to come into your garden and stomp on your plants? Do you want somebody to come into your garden and cut down that beautiful tree that you grew? No. You worked hard for that garden. You worked so hard. You went through so many ups and downs. You threw people out of your life because you knew they were bad for you. That's weeding your garden. You brought people into your garden because you knew that even in times when you couldn't nurture it, you knew that they would be able to nurture it for you when you weren't able to. That's all trust too. But there's things called boundaries that need to take place in a person's life. We need boundaries. It's essential. Transparency is essential. I am so guilty of being that person that beats around the bush to prevent any kind of heartache taking place on the other person, without realizing that because I'm beating around the bush, because I'm lacking this transparency, I'm hurting myself in the process. I am creating so much anxiety and so much stress within myself that I'm not thinking about myself when I'm trying to express my boundaries to the other person. There's no boundaries there. You're not letting any boundaries. You're tiptoeing around because you're afraid of the outcome. Stop being afraid of the outcome. Go against the grain. Go against what's comfortable, because that right there is growth. No matter what it is, no matter how fearful it can be, it's growth. And you need to go through it. So put your big boy or big girl panties on and protect your garden, because that garden is something you worked hard for. That is your worth. That is your self-worth. When you wake up and you look in the mirror every day, who is it that you're looking at? Are you proud of that person when you look in the mirror? Because if you're not, it's time to take a really good look at your life and who you have in your life and what kind of choices you're making in your life for your life to be the way that it is. So take a step further. Grow. Stop holding yourself back because you're afraid of the way that's going to make other people feel around you, and start living in your truth and being authentic and stand your ground and protect your garden. Put a gate up, put a lock on it. And if you don't want somebody to come into your garden, that's okay. You're allowed to say no. It's free will. Free will. We all have it. Free will of choice to say yes or to say no. If you don't think that that person deserves to be in your garden and to be able to absorb all of its beautiful, magnificent energies that you have grown in that garden, then they don't deserve a spot. They don't even deserve to see what you've planted. It's none of their business. Know your worth. Know who you are. Know that you are better than that. You are worth it. You have made it this far. Don't back down. Don't. You see that there's people around you with shitty intentions, camouflaging it and masking it, pretending they're your buddy. Keep a fucking guard up. Protect your garden. No matter who that person is, protect your garden. Because at the end of the day, the only thing you're taking to your grave is that garden. Don't be lying on your deathbed and looking at that garden and seeing how trashed it is because you just let every Tom, Dick, and Harry come in and stomp on your flowers and cut your trees down and rip your plants out and stomp on your soil. I can't stress this enough. Know your worth, because you're worth it. Stop comparing yourself to other people, because other people don't matter. They are simply a mirror aspect of your life and how it is playing out. You chose this. Live in it. You reap what you sow. No matter what decisions you make in your life, you reap what you sow, because that is the way it's supposed to be. Universal law of cause and effect. If you don't understand what that means, study into law of attraction, because you will be mind blown with the things that you will notice. So I might have gotten a little heated up today on that, but I needed to make a strong point with protecting yourself, protecting you, for you. Don't listen to the naysayers. Don't listen to the people that want to put chaos into your life or conspire or any of that other shit. Everybody's got drama in their life. Sometimes people like to bring their drama into your life and meddle with your life. Don't let them. They can stand patiently outside your garden. If they want to whisper to you, they can. If they want to talk to you, they can talk to you on the other side of the fence. But with that garden's gate in place, you're protecting yourself. You're putting up a boundary. You're saying, you know what? I'll let you in. You can be a part of my life, but you can stay outside the gate. Because what I've worked for back here, I'm not letting anybody destroy. We've all been through so much pain on our journeys. Nobody has ever had it easy. Protect your garden. Know your worth. Use logic and understanding, but be compassionate about it. But use transparency. Protect yourself. Know your worth. I love you. Thank you for following, and I hope this gets through to you. If you have any questions or concerns, or you want to talk about something else, let's do it. Let's talk. I got all the time in the world to talk. Let's talk. Let's help each other. Let's pick each other up. Let's get each other out of this stuck place and stop questioning our self-worth, because you are worth it. Have a wonderful weekend, you guys, and thanks for watching.